Baruch thee Yahweh, Baruch thee Yahweh Shai, Baruch thee Yahweh, Baruch thee Yahweh Shai. Call Haloyim Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Ruach HaKodesh. Double honors to the elders and apostles and the men on down in Great Millstone, and Brother Anaba, Ban Yasharala, Ban Yahawada. The topic of this video is about census taking. It is an old concept, and pretty soon it's going to be a new concept with different parameters this time around. Whereas that we have to start from the antiquity. Sorry about that. Whereas that David was in charge of numbering people of Israel. He was the king, but he did some things that displeased in counting Israel. He ran into some difficulties with Yahweh while Yahweh Shai. And what it did was that him taking the census of the people of Israel, that an angel came down with a sword and smote 70,000 Israelites. That was a problem for us, but David knew that he did wrong, and he was given a choice as to what was going to happen. So 70,000 Israelites became a casualty. Now in Roman times, as we move forward up in time, past what David had incurred, the Romans did the same thing. They numbered the Israel to what they can do, and in terms of military and forced labor. This is what's different from each time as the census was taken, was that you want to know how much is being allocated towards the people in the kingdom and what skills that they have. Forced labor is a way to is a payoff of your debt to the kingdom. And stone cutters, artisans that knows how to pave streets, make war machines, things of that nature, was a part of the issue that they put it on us. Now, when we get into the kingdom, when the heaven comes down, the new heaven comes down to, we're going to do another census taking. And this time it's going to be rough. We're going to rule with an iron rod in our hands. And for a movie reference that I saw was the movie with John Travolta and his Battlefield. I forget the name of the title, but it has something to do with us being in charge. And we made sure that forced labor was the key things in terms of your punishment. Yes, we could do that, but see, what goes around comes around. You can't treat the apple of his eye, that cruelty. So there's a recompense for that. And one of the precepts that I want to get into, foreign men, and that, like the Jebusites, Hivites, etc., etc. And it gets into, let's go to 2 Chronicles. Two and 17. Now, this is when Solomon was young and tender, that I'll read. And Solomon numbered all the strangers that were in the land of Israel, after numbering with King David, his father, had numbered them, they were found 153,600 foreigners that was in within the kingdom of Israel, and he said 10,000 of them to be bearers of burden, 80,000 to be hewers in the mountain, and 3,600 overseers to set the people at work. Now, when you're trying to build a kingdom that King Solomon, or should say his father, was building for his son, taxation was real heavy among everybody. So the laborers, the strangers that were not Israelites, shouldered the burden in terms of getting work done. This is a problem for, well, not a problem, but what it did was that it showed that who was boss in terms of getting things done. And that's something that when you see the work of art that was done in King Solomon's magnificent, that's all I can tell you. But that's what the strangers were put to task because they had no choice. You weren't an Israelite, so that you were put to work. Second precept I have is it has to deal with exemption, and that would be in Numbers 1 and 49. And when you do the census taking, the only exception was the Levites. Let me read 49. It says, "Only thou shalt not number the tribe of Levi, nor take the sum of them among the children of Israel. But thou shalt appoint the Levites over the tabernacles of testimony, and over all vessels thereof, and over all things that belong to it. They shall bear the tabernacle and all the vessels thereof, and they shall minister unto it, and shall encamp around the tabernacle." Now, this is something that because they were priests, so you didn't want to number them or their firstborn, the male child. You didn't want to. They were exempt from war, military battles, harsh labor. They were set aside to do the work of the tabernacle, and that's a lot of work. Everybody had a task to do, and that's something I wanted to point out. What there are exceptions to the rules in terms of taking a census. I'll do a military census, which everybody is familiar with. It's called the draft nowadays. And it reads, First Chronicles 2 and 17, it says, oh, I think I covered that already. That has something to do with King Solomon numbering all the strangers in the land, and after numbering within his father, this is where you get into the military assignments, all types of grunt work that you do in the military. So that's all I have on this topic. It's basically an overall overview of what the census is. Basically, I'll put in the description box exactly how this plays out. Until then, shalom.